Hello. Hello, hello. And hi. But also hello. How are we doing? We well? We good? Hello. It's apparently Tuesday. I'm reliably informed by my computer, which has never steered me wrong. Bad? Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. You're half asleep, so let the chaos begin. Hooray, hooray for half asleep. But you're half awake as well. That's a, silver lining. Yeah. You nearly fainted today? That's not good at all. That's not half awake. That's definitely closer to the half asleep side. Well, hopefully whatever it is that's sort of underlying it, you can work out what it is as soon as possible. And get you back to feeling good as quickly as you can. We hope. Anyway, I don't know. I'm nowhere near you. I can't, and I'm not a doctor. Well, I am a doctor, but I'm not a medical doctor. So don't take my diagnoses, having never seen you or been near you, as medical advice, because I don't want to be sued. And I want you to actually get better, because I wouldn't follow my advice, even on my own body, quite frankly. But what are we talking about? Either way, yes, I hope things get sorted out and you can work out what's going on. Apparently, if it's anxiety, you can mute it. We learned that during a music stream. I forgot about the piece of music we wrote during that. I'm gonna have to look that up again. Anyway, welcome to 16 Symbols. What a weird start. Yeah, we are about halfway through, pretty much. I reckon a nice. If we're carrying on with the plan, let's hop over to the thing. Here we are. If we're carrying on with the plan that the next 3 locations, which are places we've been to before, involve going back to the city to get the medicine and then going back to the village to actually cure the person who, got ill 4 months ago. I didn't change the stream title, did I? Should probably do that. But yeah, if we're planning on doing that, that's a good sort of like halfway mark, I think. Oh, go away to Twitch. Also, just as a business aside, not a business aside, but a streaming aside. Here we are. Let's not bring your own wiki. This is 16 Symbols, part 15, I think. 15. There we go. Yes, so Twitch have recently announced that they are opening up follower emotes, which work only halfway to 30. Yeah, this is going to take more than half a year to finish this. But yeah, they've announced follower emotes, which if you're following a channel, you get emotes. And initially I was like, that's amazing. But then I discovered that you can only use them in the channel that you're followed to. So basically, essentially the same as having Better Twitch TV, but only with 5 emotes, and you don't have to have the extension. So I might come up with some more emotes for streams to fill those in, because we have 5 more emotes essentially. So yeah, let me know if there's any emote you would like. Alas, you cannot use them in other channels, but hey, all emotes, all of them, constantly. Can't remember what ones I have in Better Twitch TV. Some of them are obviously public emotes that I didn't make. There's a few blood ones. We've got Honk, got Meh, got Wick, obviously. Yay, emotes! Oh, that's a deer emote. I am aware of deer. Anyway. blah blah blah. 6 minutes in, or 5 minutes in, 5 minutes and 10 seconds in. Let's actually talk about the thing. The 16 symbols. We're doing a thing. You're not aware of Deer. They're a streamer. I only know them through Barry. Barry is streaming. He's a good. Anywho, yes. Think Deer are a myth? That's fair. I mean, ever since, you know, that was the end of my childhood when, you know, my parents sat me down and told me that, Crispy, we have important news to tell you. It's going to break your heart, but Bambi isn't real. And ever since then, just complete disbelief in Deer. So, what was I talking about? 16 symbols. We are doing a stream. That's what's happening right now. It's a weird start. So, yes, I think the idea was for the next few areas, and we obviously don't know the details yet, but we like the idea of going back to the city, getting the medicine, and then ending that story arc, as it were, because we've essentially opened up the two big arcs of, hey, corporation, big corporation, doing bad things, gotta stop that, and hey, evil eldritch god shrimp thing, gotta stop that as well. And we've also posited some ideas for sort of future plot points of this idea of maybe all the magic that's keeping things that shouldn't be alive just getting taken back by the shrimp god, and to sort of resuscitate them, and as a consequence things just stop being. Same here, but you're like, of course it isn't real, it's a cartoon. See, you've got much more insight into these things than me. It's the intuition people have. We'll never understand it. Yeah, so we came up with a bunch of ideas. But what actually happened? Because that's an important thing. So, the gang part one, there they are. We're wandering along the beach talking about how a city got destroyed by a giant flying shrimp, possibly. Peridot did absolutely remember everything that they were told. And then all of a sudden, Seahorse Hydra kaiju thing attacks. You also vote the Jabur mini party is following us around for potential plot storytelling. Yes, they're following us. I don't know how long they're going to be following us for, but I can't remember why they were following us. But they are now. Nothing in cartoons is real, which is why you don't believe in humans either. That's also fair. Also, a lot of stories tend to end with, you know, people falling in love. Don't believe in that. Yeah, so that's that. Big old destruction thing attacking Jaboan trading post, I believe was the location that this was. So we help fix them back there. We help them fix it back up, and they're very grateful. And they tell us things. What were the symbols? Yeah, this was all plot. They do all that. They help tell us. Oh yeah, they tell us about all the pollution and how the monsters from the sea are starting to get more aggressive and more strange. And that's. We're not entirely sure as to whether that's to do with the company being a bit unethical with its waste products, or whether it's to do with the shrimp god, or whether it's a combination of the two. Maybe the company doesn't actually know the ulterior motives of the people coercing them to put the waste in the sea. Maybe it's a big ruse from the inside. Who knows? We'll find out at some point. Then all of a sudden, Christie's villain turns up. I can't remember, did they have a name? My brain is poor in terms of mid-term memory, which granted is slightly better than the terrible short-term memory and the absolutely atrocious long-term memory, but no, cool. Mysterious villain with dog. They turned up, and yeah, we had a bit of a fight, during which there was a cool transformation scene where she grew limbs that looked cooler in my head than they did when I drew them. However, on the plus side, dog in shrimp costume. We're not entirely sure where that came from, it just sort of happened. It's a JRPG, you can't question these things. Yeah, and so we do defeat her, despite her upgrades, and yeah, is she going to be like the Hojo of this story? The story is turning a little bit Final Fantasy VII, it must be said. And by Hojo, I mean Messy Jesse. We definitely got the messy bit down. But anywho, yeah, that happened, and then we met these Jabone friends who are the characters we had to meet obligatorily. I believe one of them was like a fortune teller or like a soothsayer or something like that. There's just a sort of a family of them moving around. I think they're trying to relocate or something, or they need to get back to the city to do something. Either way, they're following us. They're not part of the party, but they are following us. And then everyone joins back together. Group 1 and Group 2, the Brad team use the map to find, the nearest inhabited location near where they last saw Mo Team. And that was the Jabone trading outpost, which granted is not a lot of it left, but it's still kind of there. And so they go there to ask for help, and wouldn't you know it, we were there, and everyone gets to meet up, and they have a good old time having a chat. Stoker gets to see a buffalo for the first time, which is exciting. It takes him a while to realise the Jaboans as well, but he gets there. And that's that. So, that's what happened last time. And now I have to draw something, I suppose. Okay, so. Part 15 commences. Let's get a colour that I can draw with. That'll do. Whoosh, we're flying around the canvas already. Okay, cool. Where's the next place? The next place is somewhere we've been before. It makes sense, I guess, for us to be going back to the city now? Maybe? Or maybe we have a rest stop somewhere else? I'm not sure. I guess we should have a look at the first symbol. Yeah. Well, let's see what it is. What do we'll take bets. If this is a boss rush, I'm leaving. I reckon it's... we haven't had a mystical mumbo jumbo for a couple of places. Probably going to be a MacGuffin thing, isn't it? Or it's going to be the party splits up again. Death could be death. We have just had death, so it's I guess less likely. Is that how that works? Maybe. It is less likely to have them in 2 consecutive places than it is to not. So, well, let's find out. Am I on the right layer? I'm on the right layer. MacGuffin! It is a MacGuffin thing. We get a MacGuffin. Medicine? That makes sense. I like how there's no plot involved here. We just immediately turn up at a place where there is medicine. Yeah, I guess. I feel like I should draw at least one picture of all the gang together, finally, meeting up. But time? Also, I still haven't done a profile picture for Fu. He's an optional character. It's fine. Go back to the city and raid the storehouse for medicine. Okay, I think we can incorporate plot into this somewhat. You can't get a MacGuffin without something happening. So, okay, so we raid the storehouse. We find out where it is. I guess now that we're in contact with the resistance, the underground anti-big old company resistance. Is it the Z-Boss company? Is that what we're calling it? Posture, there we go. Yeah, maybe it's part of a resistance thing. There we go, see. Yeah, maybe they know, they have some information. Since we've been out looking for Mo and all that, they've done a little digging, they've done a little rustling, rumbling, little, yeah, I think digging, I think I was right the first time. And we find out that there's some medicines in a warehouse somewhere, just being all stored. Can't draw a line. I already have drawn a line. It's fine. Here, look, the line's stronger now. So we try and sneak into the warehouse. I don't know what warehouses should look like in this city. I didn't really think about what the city's architecture really is going on, but it's gonna be a lot of squares, a lot of square buildings. Don't worry about it. So I imagine we're gonna do the whole. Oh, hey, there's a high window thing. Actually, we should. So yeah, imagine there's like a sequence of, you know, maybe fighting some guards or something to try and get into the warehouse. There's some sneaky, maybe a bit of a stealth section, something like that. Now that we got the whole gang together, maybe there's a bit where like you do have to temporarily split up into two little groups to go into different parts of the warehouses, and you can choose who goes in what group, and there's like little fights that you do with different characters and stuff. Come for a bit. What's the symbol? Oh yeah, I need to update the thing. Thank you for reminding me. It is a MacGuffin get. And I can't remember how many other symbols there are in this column. There are 3 more. Okay. Which we have decided is, hey, we're going to break into a warehouse and steal some medicine. We're going back to the city, and we're going to steal some meds. Because the resistance have now found out where they were being held. Who's the second lightest? Probably Jethro. More character towers. So yeah, we're gonna have a fun little section of fighting guards and sneaking around and getting those medicines. Making a pile again. I might be making it. I said I wanted to do a picture of all of them, and the opportunity has presented itself. So. Jethro's probably even lighter than Stoker on account of being a scarecrow. I did think that, but I also didn't want Stoker to be underneath anyone because that involves Stoker having to hold somebody up, and that feels not like something I don't want Stoker to be doing. On account of him being a child. On account of him, I don't want him to be crushed. You know, I reckon the rest of them can take it. Stoker's a kid. Also, Colin is fragile. Is this one long line or a pyramid? It'll probably end up being a pyramid. But I'm working on line. Next would probably be Mo, I guess. Someone needs to be just standing on Gil's head. Pretty much. So yeah, any other hijinks and shenanigans happening here anyone can think of? Some fun little gameplay things you can do? Because I quite liked coming up with things that we could do in the Resistance hideout. Little puzzles and stuff. I imagine there's some fun gameplay moments here. I'll give you arm. It's there somewhere, don't worry about it. There's probably more character A needs to go through here to open a door character B can fit through. Ooh, yeah. Stuff like that. Some puzzly bits where they evade some guards, yeah. Da-da-da-da, it's auto-saving. Every doodle from the last 15 streams is in the same document, and it has to save it all at once. I should probably start a new document. Or at the very least back this up. As the baking tray is coming into use. Is Brad not on the bottom this time? No. Might actually have. Because I'm guessing they're of a sort of similar build. I mean, Brad's more on the arms and Peridot's more on the legs, but still. Together. I feel like this is, if I was going to do a poster of this, this is the sort of thing I'd do. Just an awkward tower of friends. Don't worry about anatomy, it's fine. Also scale, don't worry about scale. You imagine in the game the characters, the stacking of characters is its own minigame. Oh, there's like a Tower of Hanoi, there's another window over here, and then another window. And you've got a Tower of Hanoi, the whole thing. See, now I've got the hankering of trying to design a fun instrument for, because I'm basically just drawing a lute, and it feels a bit uninteresting. I feel like there's a fun mushroom instrument you could make. You know, I might as well do something while you're waiting around. That is no soft cap. It is, but it's also vaguely hydraulic, so you can just sort of pump water in there to make it stronger at any given point. Also, for Forge is coordinating this from the bottom, because he's an optional character, he can't be involved in anything integral to the plot, so... Maybe he's not involved in any direct puzzles, but there are some optional puzzles if you did take him. There's some optional puzzles that present themselves. Also, there's a door there. It looks a bit small. I mean, don't... But Mo is pretty big. Don't look too hard, it's fine. Biggest googly eyes. Doy? There we go. So, helps enhance the illusion. Right, so we break in, we get some meds. Also, we're just gonna have Flo and that hanging out here. It's a big drop. Cool. Cool. We break in to the totally inconspicuous warehouse location. Totally inconspicuous warehouse location. Oop. Right. So this is the totally inconspicuous warehouse location. And we have some nice sneaky puzzles, some getting places. I imagine like Stoker can climb over some stuff, and Jethro can hang from ceiling bars, and Gil can just smash through doors. And then, yeah, you can have some fun little group dynamic puzzles and things. So that being said, we get the MacGuffin, we get the medicine. Finally, after 15 weeks of trying, we have finally found some medicine. I guess I should draw that. This is an aside. I'll take this moment of silence to give our obligatory thanks to Mr. Ziegler, Adrian Von, for his lovely, lovely music. And as a quick reminder, he has an album of fantasy guitar music called For the Pack, to celebrate getting 1 million subscribers on YouTube or wherever it is. And for the next week or so, it's free. You can download it for nothing, for no monies. Because he's a good sort. Da, 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 da. Medicines. The box of medicines, because I don't know whether these are tablets or ointments or whatever. It's in a box. Da-na-na-na. So I've drawn 2 pictures of Mo so far, and neither of them look like Mo. Da-na-na-na. Oops. Calm down, Clip Studio. I was not holding those keys. Cool. Kilozology. Did you go to All Sorts Gummies? What? I mean, I licorice all sorts and stuff. Yeah. That's that. We got the thing. Hooray! Halfway through the game, we finally have achieved the first objective of the game. Go get medicine for sick person. They're probably dead by now. Well, we'll find out, won't we? But there's more to do in the city. There's 3 more things to do, to be precise, and we need to work out what they are. So let's do that. Oh, that's why the eraser's always so big, because I keep doing this. Because Adrian is a good sort. Oh, right, okay. To a good all sorts gummies. At least we did it. We did do it. We achieved the goal. No one gave us a time frame. So we'll chalk that up as a success. Somebody is so impressed by our ability to do this that they decided to join. Naturally. Are we getting a Jerboa character? Or are we getting something else? Next symbol for context, good idea. If this is characters, leave. No, but... Okay, so... we need to have someone join our party, and then we're introduced to new people. Great. Welcome to the character design episode. This is kind of the wrong way around, but hey. Okay, right. Maybe we meet some more underground resistance people who are important to the effort. Who joins? I guess it makes the most sense for one of the Jerboans to join. Impressed by our, by the how much we're going out of our way to help people, or something along those lines. Lizard Steed. I would go with the Lizard Steed one, but I quite like the fact that none of our characters are warriors. They're just people. And that all the warriors are like retired at this point. Right, let's have a think about this. Where are we going with the story? In general, obviously, we're going back to the thing, going back to Rosenberg, one of the few places we've named. The city doesn't have a name, it's just the city. Okay. Going back to Rosenberg, and then I guess we're going to have like a sort of discussion of like, hey, what should we do next? We're now been made aware of how bad the company is, and also the company have been made aware of how annoying we are, so we should probably at least defend ourselves against that. Lizard Steed Jerboa seems to be semi-retired. This is the land of retired warriors. Who knows what happened, 50 or 60 years ago for there to be this many warriors who have now retired. But there was a brief period of calm, and now things are flaring up again, apparently. Although the things that are flaring up are not explicit war. They are, overt capitalism and vague stirrings of spiritual nonsense. Which calls for a different sort of hero. Not one with a sword. Etc. I'm just stalling. I do kind of want the last one for context as well. Is it wrong to reveal 3 in a row? That feels a little cheesy. I mean, I guess maybe we could have like one of the other Jaboans, because there was what were the other Jaboans? Yeah, I was just about to bring up the picture. So yeah, so here were the other Jaboans. There was the warrior and the lizard. There's whoever this one is, which was, I think this was just me redrawing Chibi's main drawing of these. There was the sort of soothsayer, and then there was the young one who was really excited about what this one has to say. But I like the idea that whoever it is that comes on this sort of adventure is like, hang on, I should also update these. Whoever comes on the adventure, the warrior is like, well, if you're going to be going out to the world and doing good, then you should take my steed. So we can have the lizard steed, just maybe not with the warrior. Does mean I'm gonna have to draw the lizard, but hey. What was this? This is character join and character meet. Cool. I love the fact the way I've coded the overlay on this. It just checks every 5 seconds to see if anything's changed. It's not a fantastic system, but JavaScript and C# don't interact very well, so you got to take what you can get. But that does mean that occasionally I update the Notepad document with this information just at the right moment for the refresh rate. So as soon as I hit save, it appears on the screen, and that's just very satisfying. If vague capitalism is flaring up again, so you're just cackling because too tired. You already forced yourself to draw a buffalo every other drawing. What's a tiny lizard? True. I guess everyone needs a familiar, and while the Jaboans don't have familiars because they are imbued with magical energy to just be sapient, this is akin to a familiar. We still haven't come up with a familiar for Fu. I don't know. Maybe it's like a little mouse that lives in his pocket. Okay, so we'll take the I guess the main Jabone, the one on front. I guess this is Chibi's character, so Chibi should at least name them and help give them a bit of a personality. And I think, hey, why are they joining? I feel like they just see an opportunity to do good in the world, and also maybe get some things to trade because they're a merchant. Speaking of merchants, we haven't met Kajiro for a lot of the story. This is the problem with, hey, I'll make a character for you who is a weapon seller. By the way, none of our characters have weapons. Asking me to do anything in your current state. I mean, it took us a stream to name Fu, so there's no rush. Like the idea of this being an apprentice to the storyteller. Yeah. Oh, were they a storyteller? I forget things. Yeah, maybe they're just like, at the very least, I can go out into the world, and at least I can get some things to sell, but maybe also I can get a good story out of it. One way to get a good story is to hear it told by someone else. Another way is to experience it yourself. You think Stoker would like a knife now? Nope. He's got a trusty shovel. That's all that's needed. He's now absolutely petrified of knives after being exposed to Wick for so long. They look kind of worried all the time. I don't think they're from that drawing, they don't look entirely sure of themselves, but let's face it, who in this party is? With the exception of Gil. But Gil's entire ethos is, I have post to deliver, so it's difficult not to be sure about that. I guess that's another mini game you can open up. Now we have the map, we can move around the world. We can open up mini game like Gil's posting mini game. We've actually got to go and deliver the post. Maybe they are sure of themselves, they just don't look like it. They just constantly have a worried expression, but they're actually full of beans, full of confidence. They know what they're doing, and they want to help. Their face just looks like that. Yeah, it's the opposite of mine. I have what I've coined as resting serial killer face, and they just have resting paranoia face, resting I don't know, resting worried face. That's fine because that means I don't have to draw as many expressions. Okay, so we have friend, we have Jerboa friend. Who is coming with us? Who are we meeting? Are we meeting more underground resistance people? Maybe this is when we have the conversation of like, well, I guess we need a reason. We need a reason not to immediately go back to Rosenberg, right? They help out. They're not in the party yet, but they help out with the situation. Yeah, they have tails, don't they? Are there any villains we haven't met yet? We haven't been introduced to capitalism, so yeah, technically Cat. Did we say that Cat was the CEO? Maybe we should reveal the last one, because if it's a boss fight, that would make sense. Like they accost us in the street and throw goons at us or something like that. Maybe not the goons, but... we could have a flash to elsewhere. True, the party doesn't need to be introduced to Cat or anybody. It could just be the audience is introduced to new people. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let's show the symbol. Because we've sorted that one, kind of. Have our new friend. Yeah. More MacGuffin! For God's sake. Right, okay. What did I expect from a randomly generated story? We have so many MacGuffins, we've only used one once. I guess we use the map. Just in general, it's not a one-time use thing. This is why plans are so useless. I mean, this is just like stuff we do before we head back out, right? So maybe we go back to the Resistance place and they've got something for us. We're introduced to their tinkerer or something, their magical artificer or something, and they have a particular thing for us. That's an idea. Let's make, while we're talking about this, let's make a little avatar for Jerboa friend. This is not an optional character, as far as I'm aware. So I will eventually do. There. It's just one worried eye. Got a big party. And sometimes you time it wrong. There we go. Okay, Jabba friend has joined. I was hoping for an opportunity for them to join because they are cute. So we have medicine. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to go to the resistance place again. And we're introduced to... Yeah, maybe we're introduced to like a kind of like mad scientist sort of character who makes weird things. And they're like, before you go out, you're gonna need this. Widget McDoodad. And we're not gonna know what the function is until the other symbol crops up. What are the MacGuffins we have? Because we've gotten a few at this point. We have... Okay, we had that was the toaster, if I remember correctly. That was the compass amulet thing. We hedged our bets with that one. It could have been a key. And that's where we used the amulet. We got the scroll, which I guess has already been used, but not really used per se. Maybe we can use it later. This was the map. Okay, it's not too bad. So the scroll and the map kind of fulfilled their purpose. The toaster is still up in the air. Yes, we have a toaster. We have a second toaster. Maybe they upgrade the toaster. So why have you upgraded the toaster? You will find out in the future. Thank you for being vague. Yeah, but now we've got the medicine, which is a good MacGuffin. We know we want that. Although I guess we have to. Do we have to wait to use it? I don't know. I guess we can incorporate that into plot. We don't use it for anything. It's just used. That's fine. Idea: the Jabur group is still following us, but the knight's job is to protect the storyteller soothsayer, and maybe they encourage their apprentice to join the group. Maybe. That's fair. So we've got the little gang are following us around, but main Jaboa, as it were, is apprentice Jaboa, is, you know, encouraged to help join the main group and yeah, protect everybody. It's like, hey, you're young, you should learn this. Dangerous out there, take this. Okay, but why? Upgraded toaster. I like the idea of an upgraded toaster. Upgraded by the Resistance's strange scientist. So let's make a strange scientist inventing a weird upgraded toaster. Let's do that. Did you think 15 weeks ago this is where the story would end up? If so, how? Right, what are they going to be? What are they going to be? Are they going to be humanoid? Are they going to be... Absolutely not. Did we come up with any species that we haven't used yet? I don't think so. No, but you love it. We could also have the flash to Cat Pitiless. We can do a bit with that while we're here. And be introduced to them. Everything's better with toast. I'm trying to think of something that isn't better with toast. It's difficult, actually. Toast is good. Yeah, I don't think we have any designs for creatures or characters or things that we haven't really used. We'll try to include things where we can, as soon as we can. Can scientists be tiny? Yeah, that is a thing that can happen. Yes. How, you know, that's how they can work with such intricate bits and pieces. I am looking for thingy. Ooh, I'm not drawing that horrible shrimp thing yet. This is Oobs' poster. Oh, I haven't shown this on stream. This is based on something that happened last time. Oobs did a propaganda poster. It's very silly and very good. Jerboa scientist. I think we have a lot of Jerboa characters. We can do some fun stuff. Something a bit different. Should we try? Do you know what this series does not have? I mean, the Jerboas are cute and all, but the series does not have a kind of overly cute mascot. I think we should have one of those, like a Moogle or a whatever. Finally added another party member that's shorter than Mo. That is true. I mean, Stoker and Mo are probably about the same height, but giant eyes. Are we gonna start with giant eyes? Or a cat's? I said cute. Okay, so giant eyes. Oh yeah, this is some more stuff I haven't shown on stream. This is chibi draw of Bran and their two partners. I like the little bow tie. Always a fan of a little bow tie. Eventually we will meet the goons again. They will return. I'm sure they're going to have many shenanigans in cutscenes that we don't see. They've got their own story going on. I don't want this to be like FF7 where we just occasionally meet the Turks and there's no real implication of what they're doing when they're not with us. No, I want the goons to have a story of their own. Maybe I should just start drawing and see what comes out. Save the Goon story for the DLC. Yeah, Goon DLC. Draw through addendum. Just another 6 or 7 weeks. Be a fun side project though. Stop making side projects. I came up with another project today. I haven't finished any of the ones I'm currently doing. I keep making new ones. Okay, right. So, do you know what? Let's brainstorm some shapes. So, simple, cute shape is like sort of bean sort of thing. That's a simple, cute shape. Just blob. Big head with a kind of little body. That's kind of cute. Little head with a big body. Doesn't quite work. You could do like kind of thin. Strange sort of thin thing. Make it a beaker. Just try and shape, see what happens. Tale of Chris and the 100 Side Stories. Maybe you could do a kind of... That one's a hat. Maybe they're hat creatures. Sentient hats, why not? It's a JRPG, anything could happen. I do quite like this shape. Maybe this is like literally like a ball of fluff. It's just a sentient fluff, sentient lint. It's got like a bit of hair in there as whiskers. I kind of like the idea of just being clothes. Could be. I mean, I have in Avonvale, I had the idea of cloth golems, which are basically, you know, animated stuffed toys to all intents and purposes, but sort of larger and more significant. Some brushes against the lab coat talks back. Magic's got into the fluff. Maybe this, if this is sort of lint, I guess it's sort of stray strands of fluff, so we can sort of have a larger idea of animate clothing or animate cloth. It could be like... animate piece of carpet or something. Rolled up rug. Quite like that idea. Miss Edgar's saying lint, so Ragdoll's comment, your cloth, on cloth, so your brain went to linen room! I like how I saw something in capitals, and I decided not to read ahead until I got to it, and yet I still instinctively started shouting linen room. Every linen room has one of these. I quite like the idea of this. It's a little a little bit Aladdin, but I guess I'm alright with that. I mean, we can have multiple. We don't have to be introduced to just one character. There could be a whole team of cloth-based engineers in the Resistance. They're tied together so they don't unravel. I like the idea of little cute carpet creatures. Cute cloth. Any other sort of fun cloth things we could do? We could do a little handkerchief ghost sort of thing. I realise this is now essentially just a remake of Marley from October & Co, but it's fine. Cute cloth, DM. Laundry Day must be an interesting place at the Resistance headquarters. Is there a reason that we've only introduced these at the Resistance? Maybe this is something the company are trying to, like, destroy to dispel more magical energy into the world or something? I don't know. Did the company have anything against magically inclined creatures? That's what I want to know. This just turned into a character design stream. Don't worry about it. Maybe this is a hat. The little nightcap. I don't know how it got eyes, don't ask me. Commandeered a pair of socks. Well, I think I've worked out my next 16 symbols video. More cloth creatures. This is basically the start of one, isn't it? I like the idea of little carpet friend. Gonna go with that for now. Their name is Lin N Room. That's what I'm going with. But they are an inventor, and thus they are inventing Toaster 2. Idea: the magic people and the creatures wearing clothes have leaked into the fabric over time. Maybe, yeah. Maybe this is. If you want to take a slightly bleaker view of it, we could think of this as like, when you die, the clothes that you wear inhabit a little bit of the magic that you had. So your magic is sort of. It's passed on to the world at large, but it's also imbued into. No, I don't know. Imagine putting on your grandma's old jacket and just starts talking to you. I don't know whether they have the capacity for speech, but they certainly have some sort of sentience. So this is... Toaster Mark II. That'd be a little more complicated than Toaster Mark 1, but watch this MacGuffin just make toast. The MacGuffin never had to be useful. It just has to advance the story. Brad can have it in his new shop at the end. Yeah. I guess the MacGuffin could be just... Maybe this is an optional item. Maybe it's something we don't have to go back and get, but it'll give us... This is the difference between bad ending and good ending. And the only difference is how many customers Brad has in his shop. That and how much mail you deliver in the minigame. True. Maybe every character has a different good and bad ending depending on... Like, Brad's entire ending depends on... Like, how upgraded this toaster gets. There's lots of different places in the game to upgrade it. Maybe Moe's revolves around, like, how much she's learned from surrounding flora and fauna about medicine and things like that. Gills is how much mail has been delivered. Good end, Brad becomes a community baker and teaches a robot to make bread. Yeah. You're leaving due to be miserable. Thanks for being entertaining. Hopefully you can have a good time. Hopefully you enjoy what's left of the VOD, and hopefully things can become better and your body can stop being annoying. Look after yourself. Have a celebratory thing. There's that, and then that, and then that, and then boom. Celebratory hearts. Yeah. I gave the friends. Oh yeah. This is good Wick. If this character ever comes in contact with Wick, I mean, firstly they're gonna burn, but I apparently like cylinders. And they also, well, actually they do also have fire. Maybe they're friends. Well, to be fair, this character will also be easy to render in 3D. I wouldn't say Wick was easy to render. Took me ages to get the fire right. Yes, hopefully Chibi can be better soon. Yeah, well, this is inventor, I don't know, Freya? I'm gonna say Freya. This is Freya. And they are an inventor and an engineer, and they make lots of things. Okay, cool. And we have a toaster Mark II with a J. Yeah. Is that how it's spelled in Final Fantasy 9? If so, I'll change it to a Y. No, it's not. Good. Marvelous. Freya, the carpet friend. To be fair, they might be big. Are they a welcome mat or are they like a massive rug? Who knows? I don't know how big that toaster is. I was trying to design a cute mascot, but they might be huge. And now Brad's got to lug around a massive toaster. Okay, cool. Well, that's that, I guess. We do all this, we get Jabur friend joining the party. I guess should I draw something to do with that? I probably should. You can shove an entire loaf in there. Don't do that. They will be upset. No loaf. Cool. Marvelous. Great. Fantastic. I mean, we have done a whole location today, so I guess we could spend a little bit of time drawing Jerboa. Okay, I have an idea of a thing to draw for Jerboa friend. Don't quite know how their legs work. I mean, in general, I don't know how their legs work, but... I can't remember what lizard friend looked like. Let's get lizard friend. Pretty much in the same pose they were before. Because I'm imaginative. Yep. So yeah, presumably where we're going from here is we're going to go back to Rosenberg. We're going to finally use the stuff. We got that sort of thing going on. Lizard friend! So this is the scene of old warrior Jaboa passing on the lizard and saying, "You must now protect our family. Go ahead and become the protector, or you can take my steed." I'm trying not to make it into a kind of, oh, these are the noble wild people. They're indigenous peoples, and they have the ancient cultures of wisdom and spiritualism, and so on and so forth. They're Jaboa people, and he's like, "You must go." They do have tiny mouths. That's incidental. Still haven't quite worked out the anatomy of these friends, but don't concern yourself. That's my job. By which I mean I'm trying to concern you. If my drawings are not concerning you, I'm not doing my job properly. Sure, good enough. I imagine there's some sort of saddle thing going on here. As I go now into the world. Become a man, my son. Or whatever. Daughter. Child. Apprentice. Gender neutral apprentice. Take good care of Lizard. Well, that's the thing. This is more the sort of thing I was expecting when I started this this draw through. Strange carpet people and little Jabot friends on lizards. That sneeze has been waiting to come through for about 5 minutes. Cool. So that's that, and we travel off on our way, presumably to Rosenberg. To try and do things, help people. Finally, yeah. I guess we should move on to the next location. Yeah. So the next location is a place we've been to before. Maybe it's Rosenberg. We'll work it out depending on what's revealed. I'm hoping it's the death symbol because we've got a use for it. First symbol, death. Yeah. It is. Plot. That makes sense. We come back. We heal the person. Everything's good. We have a chat about what to do with the rest of the story. The characters do. What's our purpose? What are we doing? All these things. That makes sense. I think we usually reveal the next one after plot to know where it's going. I guess that makes sense. This is only a three symbol location. There's not a lot happening here. Sure. Why not? Boss. Okay, that's fair enough. The goons have been sent. Not the goons, because otherwise it would be a plot significant boss, but okay. So we'll work something out. It's fine. So we have plot, boss, and as yet unknown. For this new location. Okay, so plot, I guess, is... Did we ever draw the person who was ill? I don't think we did. Go here. Back when this all began. Yeah, no, we just went straight onto the train. I don't know what that friend's about. You alright, Anna? Need help? Yeah, back to Rosenberg. Oh. You're right there, you're loading? There we are. No, look at Mo. It's come a long way. Right. So. So we get back, we have the medicine, we can help out the person, but I don't know what the boss should be. I guess it makes sense for goons to be sent, but you know, guards or something, but it would have to be a boss, it would have to be significant. And every boss we've done so far has been either somebody important to the story or a massive monster, because I have no sense of scale. It's funny, almost all the bosses I like in these sorts of games are small and weird. But all the bosses I'm drawing are just massive. Right, okay, so maybe, yeah, we get to the thing. Boom, door slams open. Part of the plot should be that Granny isn't... I forgot about that! Yes! Very important. Very good. Yes. Well, how did I forget about that? That's a great idea. Yeah, so Granny's not here. No one knows where she's gone. So Mo made this on the train. It's not wine, is it? It's a potion. Some sort of healing potion. Maybe another part of the story should be that Zibos is sending soldiers and robots around to places. Maybe, yeah. Maybe the aggression is increasing in certain locations. Like I said, plot. I feel like we could make quite a thing about this area of plot in this at this point, because we've returned to the place we started. We've realised that there are big problems going on in the world, and you know we don't have to be the ones that solve them, but our characters feel like they probably should because no one else seems to be, apart from the Resistance. But maybe they're wrapped up in their own little bureaucracy or whatever. No affirmative action, all planning. And we get into a fight with some. Maybe it's like a big robot or something. I was about to say, and this upsets Gabe. Gabe's not here. Oh, Gabe could be here. Maybe the goons have been fired. I don't know. They're also here. I was about to say, do we have like a third act twist planned? And if we do, don't we? The whole magic disappearing thing. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I bet it's got something to do with the toaster. Pile on the plot. This feels like it's a significant plot moment where we can have lots of things discussed and all that. I just don't know what any of it is. How do people run like that? I mean, I don't know how this works with the dress, but somewhat restrictive. But luckily I've done a bit of a Morticia with the bottom of the dress skirt thing. Also, Mo finally gets a chance to take off her boots. Because wearing those for long periods of time, probably a bit of a pain. Went to the bathroom, you missed plot. Plot! We have returned to Rosenberg and we are finally actually curing the person who is ill in bed. There's a massive shoe. What's going on there? We're also discussing how increased. You can read back on chat, I guess. Ragdoll's idea of increased forceful activity from the company, and that's where the boss comes from. Probably a big robot. Haven't drawn a big robot boss yet. And also, Granny Bonk is missing. Oh no! Scary times. Yes, much plot. Maybe Granny sort of went missing around the same time the Zebo soldiers showed up? Yes. Cool, for extra mystery. Did they kidnap Granny? Maybe we think that. And maybe that's one of the big catalysts for sort of personal vendetta, and maybe that turns out not to be the case. We just assumed it. But nonetheless, now we're there. Is Granny okay, you wonder? I feel like now is about the time that these stories are going to start seeming to converge, whether they do or not. That's a good idea. Everyone thinks that Granny was taken by Zebus. They get there and like, what are you talking about? Maybe she was, but for shrimp reasons. She was taken to Zebus, but that was the corporation had nothing to do with it. It was entirely to do with Christie's villain. I feel like we can make Christie's villain into a kind of like surprise sort of main antagonist sort of thing. They am not well. What? Zebus? Oh, those whippersnappers? No, darling, they couldn't even if they tried. Yeah, maybe Granny's like, you know, Granny could have feigned distress of like, oh no, they're kidnapping me, but she's actually going along with the whole thing because she knows something needs to be done about what's going on, and she needs to find the source. The music has gotten very quiet. Oh, it's because it's that not quite a track at the end of the album thing. Yeah, I like the idea that the sort of the main catalyst for a lot of the last part of the story is trying to rescue Grandma Bonk, and it turns out she basically went of her own volition because it's like, well, I don't know why you're worried about me. I'm capable of looking after myself. I came here to try and work out how to save the world. No, you have a round head. Don't worry about it. Is the medicine in any way linked to the whole thing? The whole plot with Shrimp Boy? Don't know why I said Shrimp Boy. It's an eldritch being. I guess if we can have Cthulhu, we can have Shrimp Boy. Window. Wonky. Gotta be a wonky. This is just like a Lundorb oval. Probably got some boxes in it and stuff. It doesn't matter, you get the idea. I was like, oh, finally we can cure this person. What's the opposite? Well, the poison logo is like a skull and bones, isn't it? So what's the opposite of that? It's just like a happy face and like chicken drumsticks. Anyway, sort of pillow with voluminous hair. I mean, I'll go with it. Why not? Looking like something from Yonderland now. They used to be bald, but in the time that we've been gone, they've grown all this hair. It's just like a whole bunch of tally marks. It's that very comfortable and soft hair. Eventually, it got more comfortable as time went on. So. Wood beams and stuff. Anyway, yes, you get the idea. So, I think before we get to the boss, I'm just going to draw a little. I feel like this is the rest moment. This is the bit where it's like, okay, there are still, Grandma Bonk's missing. That's not great. But this is the moment where everyone just sort of sits down and goes, right, let's have a rest and work out what we're doing. And typically I associate that with everybody sitting around a campfire. So let's draw that. And then, while they're sitting around a campfire, these big glowing eyes come out of the forest and a giant robot attacks. But we'll get to that. A big old circle of friends sitting round on rocks and stuff. You can put Jabboa friend here because they're small, and Stoker here because they're also small. And I guess Mo's important, so they should be in the middle-ish. Brad, why not? I'll have Gil here because big. Gil's playing some music for everyone. Might be nice. Maybe this is when we learn that Gil is bioluminescent. Campfire artisanal bread, yes. Brad finally, just before he has a nervous breakdown, gets into his bakery and starts breaking a loaf of bread, and he's like, "Oh, finally." I feel like this can just be a moment for everyone to sort of, because like now we have access to the world map. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do between the city and here, but it's all optional. So now we have this moment of sort of peace before everything starts going sour. don't think Jabbo's got an awful lot to say because they've just joined. But hey, maybe you can. Maybe there's a side quest where you go back to the Jabboa camp and something's happened there, and you got to help them out. I don't know. You want to cuddle with cow. In theory, because lizard cute, but not soft. Sure. I mean, I don't know how soft a cow is. Or is that the name of the lizard? They call cow. I wonder what stream it was that I decided to stop, or I didn't decide, but I just stopped drawing the mushrooms in Mo's hat. Maybe they used them all up, who knows. Cow with a K. I was obviously worried about what's happened to Grandma Bonk. Cow and chicken. Is the Jabboa called chicken? That's a bit. Have you all not seen cow cuddles? No. I have a feeling I'm about to. Having a big old sandwich. So yeah, what are we, given that I'm just doing stuff at this particular point, just drawing something not particularly important to the plot, what are we doing in the week? Anyone got any interesting plans? Fun times? Is that a thing in the thing? Here we are. Oh, camel cuddles. Oh. This weekend's Explodey Boom Day in the US, was it? Oh, 4th of July, yeah. Forgot about that. Our Explodey Boom Day is in November, so that's a bit... so you plan to avoid people and places as much as possible. Marvellous. I mean, it tends to be my just day-to-day, really. Less of the Explodey Booms and more of the avoiding people. Make a place a fortress, yeah. Have you got any pets you need to worry about with all the Explodey Booms, or just... They're just a concern in general? Fortunately, no, but the people here are dumb about fireworks. That's not a good thing to be dumb about, really. Sorry, I didn't mean that as if to say... Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know. Don't know if you might possibly have considered the possibility. I didn't mean it to sound like that. Remember, kids, if you're gonna do these lines to make it look like something's shining, remember to make them hyperbole. So you have the two asymptotes so that the next one can follow the same asymptote. And it all connects up. Right. This. You live on the same road as the local police and still people light fireworks year round, oftentimes before it's even dark out. Yeah. Your eyes look big. Yeah, I'm sort of struggling with that. I guess they're quite flat, so you can just sort of flip. But also he is being lit from the bottom, so... Right, we also have... and then Forge. Not Forge. Foo. Sorry, I was playing Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta, and I named my main character Forge because 4-Job. 4-Job Fiesta. Forge. And for some reason that decided to crop back, even though I never actually said it out loud. Weird. We are so good at names. Amazing. I mean, I made a candle and called it Wick. Just so good with names. I imagine Forge is might have a bit of a. Oh, do you reckon maybe it's not a happy reunion with Brad's mum, because he used to be in an adventuring party with Brad's mum. Maybe it's not. Maybe there was some friction there. Drama. Complicated name for a simple character would be bad. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to not be, you know. It's like calling a human brain or hand or foot. I guess some people do have the surname Foot, but that's a surname. That's not a. I think that's... Is that everyone? Oh, the Peridot. What am I doing? Of course. Of course, Peridot. It's another rock, don't worry about it. If in doubt, add rocks. I think she had sandals on, right? That makes sense. We found her by the beach. Anatomically, that makes perfect sense. Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. Right, well. This is our little campfire moment. People are sitting around working out what to do next. Bread and a sandwich is very good. He hasn't had bread for ages. Really wants some bread. Like good bread. Don't anyone get him some good bread? No, he has to make it himself. The toast is all very well, but you need bread to put in it. Anyway, I got carried away with that. We're 13 minutes over. But hey, here's the party all sitting around having a think, having a little quiet contemplative chat before a robot looms out of the woods and attacks them. Yeah. So I guess that's it for the day. I didn't really draw all that much, I don't think. Did that, designed a carpet. Drew a tower of people. But yeah, we are getting there. We're getting there. We're telling some sort of story, and I think we have now uncovered most of it. So that's saying something. 15 streams in. We are getting there. Oh, hang on, before I end. Almost forgot. Do I know how buffalo sleep? Absolutely not. But this is what we got. It's a fantasy buffalo. I can get away with it. It's fine. No arguments. No refunds. There we go. Cool. Loaf's really enjoying the warmth of the fire and the feet. Yeah. Any excuse for Loaf to loaf around and have a good sleep. Yeah. Speaking of having a good sleep, it's time we all had a good sleep. By which I mean probably me and Christy. Ragdoll. Ragdoll's probably got a bit more of the day ahead than we do. But hey, I'm not I'm not judging. If you want to sleep, you go ahead. Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming along. We have finally resolved the first point of friction in the story. We have invented many more along the way, but we finally solved number 1. Yeah, it's 3 p.m. here. If you want to go to sleep at 3 p.m., I'm not going to stop you. I can't go to sleep that early, but hey, more power to people who can. So yeah, tomorrow, we're going to be carrying on with a bit of Shikori. What happened last time? Oh yeah, we were going to talk to Chicory after seeing the, I assume, hallucination of Chicory being mean to us. We also have the ability to jump now, so that's good. Usually in Metroidvanias, you acquire the ability to double jump after already being able to jump, but no, this is, dangles the carrot. Good luck finding more cat orphans. There will be many more cat orphans found and rehomed in exchange for furniture, which I probably won't use. Pasta! Yes. Yeah, so there's that. I would normally say it's a Chibi Nethers Day on Thursday, but perhaps that's up in the air, so long as Chibi looks after themselves. And then, yeah, Saturday. I don't know if we're doing Don't Starve on Saturday. Maybe, maybe not. We'll talk about it. And Sunday, Wiki Fun. Yeah. Good stuff. Many things. Much good. Hooray. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for keeping company and coming up with cool ideas. I probably should write down somewhere in this document that Grandma Bonk's gone missing, because I've already forgotten once. We'll work it out. Don't starve. Die from the cold instead. Or die from a massive deer monster attacking you. Out of nowhere. Oh dear. Anyway, yes. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Enjoy what remains of this track from Adrian von Ziegler, and I'll see you around. Thank you very much. Have a good time. Goodbye.